Hello guys, welcome to another Easy Rotations guide. Today we'll be taking on the Scorn of the Great Explosion Festival. So these are the missions. So let's take a look at what we have here, and we are just going to take an unprepared King Rain. As you can see, this King Rain is doesn't have that much. I think zero demon killer. By the way, that thing is a demon. The scorn, I mean the bombs, are demons. All right, so first let's take a look at the gears that we have. My King Rain is demon killer. It's a bunch of demon killers, LB damage, DDH, and across a Gaian arm that has no demon killer but has a high variance, and I like that arm. And yeah, as much damage demon killers as we can give him. And then we go to our tank, Galuf. He is a full provoke, full evade. He has a lot of fire resistance and a little bit of ice resistance. The same thing that we are gonna go to our healers, and as well as Ignis. If you notice, they have a lot of ice and fire resistance. The ice resistance isn't really that significant because once we kill the dot bomb, which we should kill first, there is no more ice damage, so we can just get away with zero ice damage, like ice resist like this one. But whatever, additional things will not hurt. And if you notice, I got a bunch of summer parasols. This umbrella has the special skill called Heart of Passion. It will increase our evocation fill gauge. That's because I want to rely on fairly every other turn. I'm gonna get Finrear. That would be the AoE Mirage, which is pretty good in this fight. And then, for survivability, for the random things, we have the Great Ravenscape from this guy, Ignis. This will guarantee that he will not get the RNG forward. Oh, not really guarantee, but, helps a lot. This one has Lucid Lenses, Fatal Damage Protection, and this guy already has innate Fatal Damage Protections, though not 100%. Alright? So, as you may have been used to with our process, Easy Rotations Guide, we will try to use as few skills as possible. We'll try to repeat the same skills over and over again so as not to mess up. So we are going to try to finish the boss not too long and not too short as well. We want to not skip all the mechanics, but we don't want to linger for a bit too long. Anyway, let's go. Now, the boss actually has 3 phases. The first one is when both dad and mom are alive. The second is when dad dies but mom is alive. And the third one is only the juniors are alive. When the juniors is a bonus stage, you don't care. Those tiny bombs, you really don't care. They have so little stats, they are fairly insignificant. So there's only actually 2 phases. So this is the first phase. The role for the first phase is Ignis is going to do the setup of the way you call it, setup buff. King Rain will just be King Rain, the usual King Rain, which is drop your CD, drop your LB, drop your CD, drop your LB. On the first phase, Ignis is gonna be our buffer, whereas Doc Aiden is going to share the support duties with Fina, LM Fina. First is we need to dispel this. This is important because he has that evasion. Just put random re-raise on people because why not? And Fina, because Ignis is still setting up, we need Fina to fill in the void and just use the What's that thing again? The Divine Veil. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Oh, and if you're asking how about breakers, well, the King Rain has a 70% break on the defense. That's all we're gonna need. Mytopia. And we'll do the standard opening for Galuf. Alright. Oh, and by the way, King Rain is resistant to attack breaks. Unlike Galuf, who is not. If you notice, his attack is broken, but who cares? He's Galuf. Alright, let's try to see how much damage that we can put up. Decent. Alright, so we will try to get the missions out of the way first. We need Lakshmi and Odin. We'll save Odin for later. We'll just do Lakshmi first. And then we'll try to do as much of these AoE re-raise as much as possible. That's basically what the story of our life is gonna be. Which is, Fina and Aiden will guarantee two things. A lot of AoE re-raise, and later on, AoE Mirage. Galuf doesn't feel like he has a lot of things to do in this thing, so I'm just going to refresh the cover, because he has something to do later on. Alright, so this is important. On the third turn, this guy, Dad Bomb, he's actually, you can't see it here, but he's actually casted Evade on himself. We need to dispel that. Like, we seriously need to dispel that. There. And now, we have another problem, because this thing has no Imperil and no Break. So what we do is we can ask this guy, Ignis, in order to do that Imperil. So that's the Imperil. And then, we need to ask this guy to do our HP boost. And the second thing that he's going to do is, he can break, actually. He can break 65. I don't know how much percent is this, but it's decent. For the Dad Bomb. Now, we go back to Rain. We'll do the usual Rain. Royal, Grand Shell, whatever. It's just cooldowns. Alright. Alright, so we've got our Esper, but we're not using that Esper yet. I'm just gonna renew this. Second thought, no need. I'm just gonna use that Esper. This is an easy rotations guide. We are not really after efficient or low turn kills. We're just gonna be trying to simplify things. There you go. King Rain died. Brought back to life. Oh yeah, that was the significance of the AoE re-raise. Now, since King Rain dies, if you notice, he has no buffs whatsoever. Now we're gonna use... Oh, sorry. We're gonna use Ignis's Imbue skill. Now he is back. The next thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna cast this and this. Alright. And then lastly, we have Doc Aiden's Optimal Treatment, LB. If he doesn't have LB, just blow the cooldown. But the important thing is, as much as possible, because of some weird RNG or I don't know what it is, try to get AoE re-raise almost all the time. Anyway, let's try to blow things up. Well, I hope this one dies. Alright, it dies. Galoof, nothing to do. Alright, so we're now entering into the second phase. The thing of the second phase is, now there is no need to dispel, so we will move Ignis permanently to the imbue role, and then we are going to... Galoof can basically do another role, which is be our green mage. Do our fire resist. And also break. Okay, so Galoof, I want him to break. Okay, Galoof. Do this. And do this. Alright, so in entering into these phases, we really need to ask ourselves, do we have AoE raise? Yes, we do. Second is, if we have AoE raise, let's drop Howling Moon every single time we can. And next is, we need to determine if we were given, we have been imbued with fire. And as it turns out, we did. So what we need to do now is, we don't wanna... He absorbs fire. So we're not gonna do some damage. We're just going to do some soul something here. And then we'll have this guy, Ignis, do the setup. Now, Ignis is never going to buff again. He's just going to imbue. And he's just gonna imperil and imbue, imperil and imbue. And this guy has an extra move, so I'm just gonna choose one random buff. Because he has an extra move. Okay. Alright, you see that? It's trembling. Those two are gonna explode next turn. So we need an AoE re-raise, but I believe we already have an AoE re-raise. Unfortunately for us, we still have fire element, and we do not want that fire element in our King Rain. So in order to solve that, let's look at Galoof first. Oh, he still has our cover. So what we can do with Galoof is we can do this. We can dispel King Rain, and then I'm going to show you this guy's technique. Curaja and dispel, and then lastly is re-raise. Alright, now look at this. King Rain has fire and all those debuffs. I press Doc Aiden, I hard press this guy, I click on target. Curaja, dispel, and then re-raise. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do Ignis. Alright. And try to blow things up. Alright, so now we have a problem. Our King Rain, one of our King Rains do not have any re-raise, and we do not have any elemental resist. So what do? Well, fortunately, we have Fina's buff. Cooldowns. We blow it. What happens is we just alternate our cooldowns, and we make sure that number 1, again, we have AoE re-raise, and number 2, we have buffs. But we need that AoE re-raise. Sometimes we get lucky like this one, in which our King Rains did not die, but they could have died at that time, and it doesn't matter because we have AoE re-raise. Oh, by the way, they still have AoE re-raise. So, we'll do our Howling Moon. And then every turn from now, let's look at, we have Ice Element. Did it give us Fire Element? The answer is no. There is no Fire Element. So if that's the case, then we will just do our thing. Now, we now have a problem in the sense that we don't have that much MP. So what we can do is we can ask Doc Aiden in order to give us this. and then give us a little bit of MP. All right. Do we have MP? No, no complete awakening MP yet. So what we do is we can ask Ignis for that. All right. So this guy can now do our complete awakening. This one can complete awakening and then have that. Galuf. Okay, Galuf needs to cover next turn. And since we have that problem, we're just going to do this. We're just gonna pass on that LB. Alright, let's wait. Power slap. I think when the sky turns red, that's the moment they're gonna imbue. Is it gonna imbue? Doesn't seem like it. Just to be sure. No, it didn't. Okay, did not imbue anything. And do we still have the ice? Yes, we still have ice. And then we just do this thing again. Alright, let's blow it up again. Okay, another check. Do we have the resistances? Yes. Do we have the AoE re-raise? The answer is yes. Almost done. And we don't have LB, so we're just gonna do some random moves. And we're gonna do some of the random moves here. Removing that. And this time, we are going to use Sworn Protection. This is our cover. We need to refresh that cover. Alright, self-destruction. Alright. That took a lot from us. Alright. So this is the next turn. Gonna cast Soul Blood. Yes. This is the Soul Blood turn. Now this turn is quite interesting in the sense that our next move, we need to protect the reins as quickly as possible. So what happens is we are going to do this. This is special. This is gonna be a 10k barrier. Because we need to protect Rain. And Fina is just gonna cast Judgment Cross. It's okay if he's gonna die. And Ignis will do that thing again. I don't care if she has lesser HP. And then, okay, so what do we have? We have, we have everything. So here, what I want to do is, I wanna just refresh the, the fire resist. Alright. Alright, he didn't really touch my reins. Did he have fire? Did he give me fire? No, he did not give me fire. So trying to give him ice. Is it imperiled? Is he broken? Yes. So we try do this. Oh. We do this because we have Fenrir. Alright. So, we're done with the second stage. Can pretty much do anything we want right now. I'm just pressing random moves. It doesn't really matter. I'm just pressing things because it's the third stage. Alright. So we'll do our final mission, which is evoke Odin. Remember, we already evoked Lakshmi a while back. I hope we did. Anyway, the problem with these bombs is that they are kinda immune to elemental attacks. So, not really, but whatever. Oh, no. Okay, that's a problem. I wasn't able to press it properly. So, I just have Galuf do that. Okay, that really is a problem. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm just gonna extra saber this. They're not gonna explode unless it's either they tremble like what they're doing right now. Alright, Galuf, go do the... There we go. Now, since this is both non-elementals, we can now do this. And just damage the down juniors. They did survive. They did survive. I'm just gonna do some Lakshmi thing. Whatever, just pressing moves. Anyway, even if they do blow up, it doesn't matter. I mean, their damage is so terrible. I mean, look at that. Okay, probably not that terrible. That's not much to say. There's nothing much to say about this fight except that you just need to be a little bit prepared. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching.